Hey guys, really quick, if you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Also, if you agree with me, please share, but more importantly, get out there and let your voice be heard. We are the voice of reason. In addition, links to the articles I talk about will be posted in the description if you are looking for further reading. Alright, COVID update. It is April 27th, 2020. The good. The narrative among the media as well as the CDC has changed from a fear mongering doomsday perspective to a much more level headed and balanced tone. This is great news as people are now being presented with responsible information instead of one skewed to that of hysteria. World cases are currently at 1,922,560, with 1,866,166 in mild condition and 56,394 in serious or critical condition. This means that of those infected, 97% are doing fine and 3% are in serious condition. In contrast, for every one COVID 19 case in North Carolina, estimated 4,500, 125 people have lost their jobs, 500,000 unemployed across North Carolina. The numbers don't match. From the CDC, well, since it was discovered that the CDC was allowing presumed cases of COVID 19 listed as a known cause of death, they have changed their reporting. Now we're given ILI or influenza like illness information along with lab confirmed COVID 19 cases. From the CDC's April 24th update, levels of influenza like illness declined again and are below the national baseline but remain elevated in the northeast and northwest of the country. Levels of laboratory confirmed COVID 19 activity remain similar to or decreased slightly compared to last week. Mortality attributed to COVID 19 decrease compared to last week. We're decreasing, and that's great news. The floating military hospital that arrived in New York to help with increased need has sent its last patient on the way and is headed back out to sea. Texas Governor Greg Abbott announced Monday that he will allow his stay at home order for the Lone Star State to expire on Thursday. Thank you, Mr. Greg Abbott. That is great news. So, this is a little good and bad. All right. Harris County Judge Lina Hidalgo ordered that anyone over the age of 10 must wear a face mask when in public, in a clear overreach of power. That's the bad. The good, Mr. Joe Gimaldi, the president of the Houston Police Officers Union, wrote a wonderful letter explaining the futility, the overreach, and sheer stupidity of this order, and essentially said that the Houston police would not be enforcing it. Way to go, Mr. Gimaldi. I applaud your strength to stand on principle and your want to protect the citizens of Harris County from a dictator. Also, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick had this to say about the executive order. On the same day, Harris County Commissioner's Court plans to close the $60 million pop-up hospital at NRG Park because it wasn't needed. Judge Lina Hidalgo orders anyone over the age of 10 to wear a mask in public. Her abuse of the use of executive orders is the ultimate government overreach. These kind of confused government policies fuel public anger, and rightfully so. Mr. Dan Patrick is a true American. The bad. The CDC, realizing that their 15 minutes is almost up on this crisis, has started a new line of fear. Instead of focusing on the now, they are already talking about what will happen this fall when the second corona season starts. They are already laying the groundwork for more hysteria this fall when cases start to rise again, while simultaneously being the biggest reason there will be a second wave. During the past weeks, I've referenced doctors and scientists that are urging the buildup of herd immunity. That is the idea that our immune systems need the opportunity to face this novel virus and develop needed antibodies to fight it off. The studies from Sanford and Germany show that many people are walking around already immune to the disease and never knew they even had it. The second wave is the biggest fear of those in support of herd immunity. It is the reason the curve should be kept just low enough as to not overrun hospitals. In short, the more healthier people that get it and get over it now, the fewer there will be in the fall. If we severely limit the number of people infected, we essentially slow down the natural immunity to the virus. We are prolonging its novel state. Please follow the link below to an American Institute of Economic Research article written from transcripts from Dr. Nut M. Witkowski to learn more about herd immunity. Political. Yes, this epidemic has become an actual threat to some, but 100% political in the grand scheme of government control. I do not believe in base conspiracy, but I will take a politician at their word when they say to never let a crisis go to waste. It is shameful that instead of putting the lives of those they represent first, most Democrat politicians are putting their continued push towards complete socialism over the lives of constituents. Representative AOC said in a Vice interview this week, and I quote, "When we talk about the idea of reopening society, only in America does when the president tweets about liberation, does he mean go back to work?" The Congresswoman said, "When we have this discussion about going back or reopening, I think a lot of people should just say no, we're not going back to that. We're not going back to working 70 hours a week just so that we can put food on the table and not even feel any sort of semblance of security in our lives." Work is a means to provide for yourself. It does not matter if you are farming, driving a truck, or doing data entry for a corporation. You are working to provide for yourself and your family. When you provide, you are free. When you let the government provide, you are a slave. It is that simple. What she is urging is not going to work and to let the government take care of it, and in addition, take care of you. That is not freedom, that is not responsibility, that is inherently un-American. It is socialism, and it fails every time it is tried. Finally, the opinion. This is a sad one, and I want to bring it up just for illustrative purposes. I want to bring you two stories this afternoon dealing with law enforcement officers. The two stories are the clearest illustration of what is causing the divide in the country pertaining to police officers. In both instances, officers entered a home. On one hand, they went in to protect and serve the community. On the other, they went in to take away and stifle the civil liberties of another citizen. In Baton Rouge, one police officer was killed and a second critically injured by a gunman in Louisiana on Sunday. In a shooting that started a 4-hour standoff between the suspect, SWAT teams, and the police, officials said. The officers, members of the Baton Rouge Police Department, were investigating a killing that occurred early Sunday when they were fired upon by the gunman. The injured officer remained in critical condition at a hospital late into the night. Sergeant Don A. Coppola Jr. of the Baton Rouge Police Department said on Monday. The two officers, a 21-year veteran of the police department and a 7-year veteran, were shot after the police responded to a tip that the suspect was on Conrad Drive in Baton Rouge. The police said during a news conference that the names of the officers have not yet been released. I cannot express my condolences and sympathy enough to those men's friends and families and co-workers. All of Baton Rouge owes you a debt, and it is an unpayable debt. That is just such a sad situation. They were truly trying to protect and serve. On the other hand, in Laredo, Texas, 2 women in Texas have been arrested by undercover police after offering beauty services at home and violating lockdown measures. Ana Isabel Castro Garcia, 31, and Brenda Stephanie Mata, 20, are alleged to have been running treatments despite strict stay-at-home orders. Local police said they launched investigations after receiving anonymous tips from the Laredo Police Department app. On both cases, an undercover officer working on the COVID-19 Task Force Enforcement Detail, why is that even a thing, made contact with each solicitor to set up an appointment for a cosmetic beauty service that is prohibited under the emergency ordinance. They were doing nails and waxing eyebrows. More than 1.3 million people have filed for unemployment in Texas since mid-March, and joblessness has skyrocketed nationwide due to corona-related business shutdowns. If the Laredo police force has the manpower and leisure time to seek out people on Facebook for a cosmetic beauty procedure with the sole intent of entrapment, maybe they could send some help over to Baton Rouge, where some real crime is in need of attention, or in Houston, where the officers union knows how to use discretion and violent crime is up 35% this year. Why are men and women in uniform being asked to use Facebook to spy on people trying to earn a living from their homes when there is no other opportunity for them to gain employment? I hope the police chief and the mayor of Laredo is truly ashamed of themselves. As always, thank you for listening. Stay healthy, stay free, stay American.